I was going through the pictures and I saw this attractive young lady with a thirst trap picture, and it trapped me. Welcome to Laugh, Cook, Pray, and Repeat. I'm Vaughn.
For laughs, love, food, faith, and everything in between, my name is Joe. So we get a lot of DMs and people asking questions. So we're going to give you some of the top questions that we hear.
And hopefully, by doing so, it'll help you all make it through this maze of knives being jabbed into your side and in your back. Called man. Okay, so what was my dating experience? I guess you can call it an experiment as well. And what was my dating experience before I got married? And how did we first meet? So my dating experience before I got married was pretty bland.
Oh, he was sticking and moving.
I'm answering this question, right? This is my narrative that I'm trying to tell to these people. No. But so we're not gonna start off by lying to you all. We're gonna keep it all the way real. It's just I had my fun. We're in Atlanta, and anybody that's been to Atlanta, anybody that's lived in Atlanta or lives in Atlanta knows that there's a
rotation.
If you want to call it a rotation, but there is plenty of opportunity.
It's a job. Not a job market.
It can be. Because sometimes you have to put them hours in. And yeah, it can be a lot of hard work. So it can be. But I definitely enjoyed being a native Atlantean. I enjoyed the scene. I didn't do a lot of clubs because I don't, necessarily like the whole how you doing? You do the dancing and that. I just want to talk to you, see if we can, make something happen outside of this restaurant, bar, whatever it is, and kind of go from there. So I definitely enjoyed myself, and I made the best of finding the woman that was right for me. Ultimately, I had to take another route, which is how I met my wife, and so I began online dating, and it didn't take long before I met my sunshine. So we met on Bumble. I was going through the pictures and I saw this attractive young lady with a thirst trap picture, and it trapped me. What was that thirst trap picture?
I didn't okay. Thirst trap picture.
You did not. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. She had a lot of pictures on there. Some they were mostly conservative, but she put this one picture on there that let you know that she was like bam, bam, bam. So that's the thirst trap picture that I'm referring to, and it worked because I swiped right or left. I don't know which direction I swiped, but I swiped in the direction that said, "Yep, I want that." So we got together.
So we got to clarify when you say thirst trap picture, because it's not like I was on the cover of Victoria's Secret, like I was showing all my goods. So what do you mean by thirst trap?
Maybe you just look so good that that's the only way I could describe it. It's for the viewers. They absolutely know what I mean when I say a thirst trap picture. It was a picture of you showing your voluptuousness, and
so
it was something that
I was on the beach. It was a 2-piece bikini. I had worked hard in the gym.
And it was very classy. I will say that. It was one of the most classiest thirst trap pictures I've ever seen. She didn't have a butt hanging out and all of that, but you can see that she had a nice one. The 2-piece was I don't think I've seen anything like I think it was like a sequin 2-piece. Like who has a sequin 2-piece?
It was not a sequin 2-piece.
I don't know. That's just how beautiful it was at the time when I saw the picture. It was glowing. It was radiant.
No, excuse him. He doesn't know much about fashion. Okay.
Wow.
Sequence 2-piece.
Hey man, I'm just describing it the way I saw it in my mind's eye.
Okay. So how did we meet? We actually met online.
That's all you got to say about that, huh?
That's say about. So my dating experience was very different. I'm not a native of Georgia. My family is, but I wasn't raised in Georgia. So moving to Georgia, and if you're new to the city, it is an eye-opening experience. So I definitely had to learn how to date. You can buy dating handbooks, you can go online, but dating in Atlanta is a different type of animal. Like dating in New York is a different type of animal. So my dating experience was different because I was dating with a purpose. So when I initially met Vaughn, I was abstinent. So I was on abstinent. Excuse me. It had nothing to do with a Steve Harvey book. It had nothing to do what was going out in the media, but it was something that I wanted to do for myself. And me being abstinent, it was one of those things that I wanted to make sure that the next person I was with or the next relationship I was in, it was of something of substance. Like he said, we absolutely did meet online. We met on an online site. So it allows the woman to have control. So, for example, if the man swipes right, cool. If the woman swipes right, absolutely. Then we can communicate. The woman can actually start a conversation with the man. So I kind of like that approach because you didn't want these little creepy people in your inbox and trying to stalk you and all that other stuff. So it was a good experience for me. I actually found out about that site because my director flew down from Dallas and she took us out to dinner. And she was telling me that she met her husband on that site. So I had no idea about the site.
I like to interject by saying, or just add another comment to my answer. I was also dating with a purpose. It was a different purpose than yours, but I had a purpose for dating. You know what I mean? But next time.
I'll go first.
Absolutely.
I thought that he was kind. He's a gentleman. I felt safe. I thought that the person that I talked to on the phone for a while is the same person that I saw in the pictures. Now, we didn't video chat. It became a point, there was a point that we talked for weeks before we actually met in person. So going back to when I said that the cookie shop was closed, the cookie shop was closed. So that was one of the things that we actually talked about as well, because I definitely wanted him to get to know me and I wanted to get to know him. And then besides that, I thought that he was handsome. But for me specifically, I was looking for certain things and I was also bringing those things to the table. So for me, it was dating with the purpose and not, wasting anybody's time. But that's what works for me.
So, what did I think when I first met my Spodiotic Dopalicious Angel here? So when I first saw her, she was not what I expected. Not in the sense of her not being the pictures that I saw, but as far as the first date outfit, it was different. It was very different.
What does different mean?
It meant that it was very loose fitting. She had on an all denim outfit in July. No, I don't think it was July. It was what was it? Maybe September.
It was a little cooler.
Yeah, it was slightly cooler. And she had on this from what she tells me, a very expensive pair of shoes that looked like something a hippie would wear. They were like brown hiking shoes. I was like, so is she planning on going to hike? Did she think we were going to the mountain or something?
They weren't hiking shoes. Think of them as old school hush puppies. They weren't hiking shoes.
Okay.
And my
hikeress.
And my Erica Badu.
Yeah, and she had a head wrap. I know all the time you're not able to get to your stylist or.
Oh wow.
Sometimes.
Wow.
No. Things happen, and I'm not so shallow of a person to allow that to be something that's a deal breaker.
So you're saying that I showed up at our first date looking.
That's not what I said. No,
So make it clear. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, I figured there was a reason why you had the head wrap on your head, other than the fact that that's how you were going to be 80% of this relationship and marriage. I didn't know. I got the clue of you.
You did.
I did.
Absolutely no makeup on.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was definitely a gym rat. So still had a short haircut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had either I was rocking a hat or an Erykah Badu wrap or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so she had that wrap on the first date, and she had on the head wrap the second date. And I said, "Oh, this is just what it is. Is she bald? What's going on? What are we doing here?" No. But you know, I saw her, and she was just as attractive when we met as she was in her photos. So, you know, we had our date, and I said, this is interesting.
So how is it different? How is the way I showed up versus the way other people have showed up?
The difference was you didn't accentuate everything that you had to offer. You left some things to the imagination. And I definitely imagined certain things. Based on the one of the photos that I saw on her dating profile, that
Shout out to my dad,
shout out
and my
to Dad.
grandmother,
That's right,
and my mama,
uh-huh,
and the home training.
and all of them, and all the ancestors. So yeah, I saw a picture that she had on her dating profile, and I said, I know that it's there. I just haven't seen it yet, which was cool. You know, we're getting to know each other and everything. We had a real cool vibe. We had great conversation. And so, you know, things progressed.
Take this question.
Okay.
So God confirmed our relationship even when I was not sure. So for me, I had to grow up fast. I went through some stuff that I saw the world very differently. And I get it that there are some people that want someone to make six figures. They want someone to be 6'2". They want them to be a certain color hue. They want them to drive a certain kind of car. They want them to have a house or multiple houses. Excuse me. For me, the confirmation was when I heard him pray. And for me, that's very deep. That's very deep because prayer has gotten me through a lot of different situations in life. So I knew in dating with a purpose, if this man was going to be my husband, there's a covenant there. And the blessings come through our household through him. So I specifically did not want someone that had an ego the size of the Grand Canyon. I believe I put that in my dating profile. But I specifically wanted someone that had humility. And
I don't know, bro. I saw that picture. Swipe right. I saw that you like going out and enjoying it, and I saw that you were a gym rat.
I'm going to finish my quote.
Well, we're being honest. We're being honest.
So, going back to what I was saying, the blessings come through my husband, which is head of the household. With him being head of the household, I knew that I was not going to be with someone that didn't seek counsel from God. So when I heard him pray, it just melted my heart. And that for me, that was it. It was just exciting to me. And then everything else aligned. All the other stuff was just icing on a cake. But that, for me, that was a confirmation.
So the confirmation that God wanted us to be together was all the different things that we had in common, from you know, our beliefs as far as religion and faith, different aspects of us growing up, but also there were certain things that could have been looked at as obstacles that God moved out of the way and got us past, that when you look at, you know, only comes from one source, and that's from God. So when you take your own personal thoughts or feelings out of it, and you rely on what it is that you listen to the voice of God. You understand, and you see the path that he wants you to go down. So that's how I know that. Well, that's one of the things. That's how I know that God wanted us to be together. Who fell first and who fought it the longest? I think that we both fell in love together at the same time or around the same time. I don't think it was a she was first and then I was second, or I was first and she was second. I think everything that we were doing just kind of brought us closer together at the same time.
And it happened while I was abstinent.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, why she was absent. You're right, boo. Want to do it? It's weird. So, so when it comes to who fought it, I'll say that I fought it, but not in the sense of fighting, receiving the love. It was me. The fight was no. It's not it, dear. What it was I hadn't allowed myself to be loved by or loved in a certain kind of way because that's not what I was looking for. And once we came together, I thought that I had my own idea of what love should be and how I wanted it to be. And so there was a resistance in receiving the love the way that she was giving it. Uh, there were certain things because I was single for a while that I kind of had to adjust to. And after several black eyes and a bruised sternum, I said, "Okay, you win. I can't fight this fight. She's a strong black woman in more than one way." So yeah, at a certain point, you got to be like, "Do I want? Do I want to live, or do I want to?"
Are you blinking now? Is that what you're telling them? The blink?
That's a joke. So there's a friend of ours that says that whenever we see him, he says, "Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help." And so that's where the blink twice comes from.
What's this, a movie?
And it's a movie. It's in several things in Chestnut. No, I'm not under distress. I love my wife. She is my sunshine.
My goodness. They are going to tear you up in the comments. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
To add on to what he's saying, before we got in a relationship, I had always been in a relationship. Like I was a relationship type of person. But moving to Atlanta, like I made a joke about stick and move. And there's this mentality that once you're with somebody, and that person doesn't give you what you want or whatever it is, you can just go to somebody else, but you don't mature and you don't grow how to work through issues or conflict in those situations. It's not, you don't really learn how to compromise. So a lot of those skills are not there. Excuse me. And it's not that those people don't want to build those skills. It's just you have a whole bunch of options there. So when you have someone, as my husband would say, he was single, just what's the term we're using?
Looking for love.
Okay. We ain't gonna say that.
That's what it was.
Looking for lust. But anyway.
I'll let you finish.
Okay. But when things like that happen and you meet somebody, it's one of those things that you both meet in the middle and you both compromise on what your relationship looks like. So it was a lot of conversations that we had. We also had disagreements. But at the end of the day, I love you.
I love you.
I love you. And if you guys are thinking that whatever relationship that you guys see on social media that is a fairy tale, there's no such thing as a fairy tale. There's absolutely no such thing as a fairy tale. No one is perfect. The key is when you have those disagreements of how do you move through them or how do you work through them to get to the other side. So what is that test? Your test will be your testimony.
That's right. You have to say that.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. I love my wife. So my eating style is
Mm,
what is that?
mm,
What is that?
mm.
Mm.
So eating style / habits. So before we got married, I went to the doctor with Vaughn. So mind you, my husband said that he was in the streets, these Atlanta streets, before we got married. So when we started dating, I noticed that his diet consisted of chicken wings and fries in margaritas, and he didn't have a lot of leafy greens in his diet. So it was a lot of fried foods. I ended up making a doctor's appointment with him, and I purposely went to the doctor with him because, of course, I saw this as being long term. And it's part of my responsibility as his wife, but then we were dating, we weren't engaged yet, to take care of him, to make sure he's okay, because I need him to be around. Excuse me. We went to the doctor. We filled out the paperwork, whatever. And then they come back and tell us that he has high blood pressure.
No,
My version. My version.
you're right.
So he has high blood pressure. So I've seen what he's eating. I'm the one that introduced him to Tassili's. Shout out to Tassili's. So there had to be some changes at that point. And now if you fast forward, he will not eat a meal without some sort of greens in his diet. So it's a total 360. He doesn't have high blood pressure. His cholesterol, I watch his cholesterol, and he thinks he's slick. So now he'll try to go to the doctor by himself without telling me that he's going to the doctor. As he's leaving the house in the driveway and I'm on a conference call, he has the nerve to go to the doctor by himself. So what I do is I'll go look at his test results. So it's been an evolution. It's absolutely been an evolution because ultimately I love him and I do want him to be around for a long time. So there has to be sacrifices. There has to be give and takes there.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth. So I did enjoy, well, it was mostly Chinese food. I'm a Chinese food fanatic. Love Mexican food, which can be high in cholesterol because of the cheese and everything, and the sauces and the soy and all the different stuff with sodium, all the different stuff that's involved in cooking those particular types of food. And I won't object to a nice fried wing. So she is correct in that aspect of it. But I also ate salads. Now, it's not always a salad at your local bar. So there's that. But it's not like I just ate fried food all the time and just ate totally terribly. I'd have a nice sub with all of the vegetables that they have. Extra mayo.
You mean the
But
sub with the processed meat?
hey man, look, I'm telling my story. I didn't bother you. In my world, it's a vegetarian sub.
No, it's not.
Now can I do this? Now,
What did you say processed meat was?
good. Now,
You
like
said
I
it
was
a
saying,
carcinogen. It's a carcinogen. All right. I'm sorry.
can I?
Sure.
May I?
Yes.
So, to this doctor visit. So we went to the doctor's office and he did not say that I had high blood pressure. What he said was my blood pressure was slightly higher than he would like for it to be. That doesn't mean I got high blood pressure. If I had high blood pressure, he would have put me on all kind of medications and all this and all of that. He didn't say change my diet. He said maybe you should cut back on this. He didn't put me on the street. He didn't say that. That's not what he said.
Semantics.
It's a difference.
It's semantics.
Tomato.
That's exactly what he said. Slightly higher.
Slightly high.
Slightly
Wait, no,
higher.
babe.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Slightly higher is not the same as high blood pressure. It's not the same. Somebody please chime in and let my wife know it's not the same.
Slightly higher. So you have your normal levels of high blood pressure. If your high blood pressure is within the normal levels, they will say it. Saying slightly higher is elevated, is high blood pressure. So for real. So private school education.
It's not high blood pressure.
Okay, baby.
It's not.
Hey, boo. So the point is,
I'm not finished. And I don't even remember what the question is. But we're gonna stick to this high blood pressure situation. That's what we're gonna do. I didn't have high blood pressure. Now,
the point is his diet changed.
So because I wanted it to. Because I had a reason to live now. Because I found my sunshine. It wasn't her. It was because I made that decision. I want to eat pork chops. I might take some out of the way. I ain't got none in the freezer. But if I had some, I'd take them out and fry them right now.
You would, and that is how
But if I wanted to,
you would sneak and go to the restaurant to eat some pork.
Well, it's more convenient there anyway. So that's why I would do that. Not because, tell me. So anyway, like I was saying, so as far as the doctor's appointments are concerned, I tell her about it. She just don't listen to me because she be so busy doing other stuff that when I drop it on, I be like, hey, man, I got the doctor's appointment. All right, I'm going to catch up with you later on. And I do my thing. She do her thing. So that's why. And then, just being the courteous husband that I am, it would be neglectful of me to not tell her that I'm about to go to the doctor. If she on the phone, I can't get in the middle of a conference call to say, hey, baby, stop what you're doing so I can tell you this. That would be rude. And I'm not rude.
I'm the boss. So the conference call can stop. Number one. If it's a calendar, if there's an appointment, we have it on our calendar. But anyway,
right on.
So good thing it's not raining because lightning definitely would strike him because he is not telling the truth. Yeah.
So anyway.
I think we have another question.
So anyway, I'm not finished. So anyway, I've gone to the doctor's office several times, and because of my healthy lifestyle, my blood pressure is exactly where it's supposed to be because I chose to live. Next question. Oh, because my wife encourages my healthy lifestyle, she occasionally cooks a healthy meal. Uh, Her boiled rice game is impeccable. Like, that rice that she cooked me is very low calorie. Very low seasoning sodium because she don't put no salt. And she put this vegan butter in there, so that is, talk about living the high life. What else? Quinoa. She has introduced me to quinoa. I don't know if quinoa is Spanish, French. I don't know where it comes from, but it is delicious. How she just
Quinoa is in the pasta family.
Well, can I have some grits too? But yeah. So the quinoa is impeccable. I never thought I would love couscous, and I don't think I ever will. But she gonna cook it though. What?
So is that your list?
No, that's not my list.
Oh my goodness.
So she makes a very nice
saying you're insulting my mother.
Leg of lamb. A lamb stew.
Let's not get it twisted.
A lamb stew.
Let's not get it twisted.
What?
My roots are here in Georgia and North Carolina.
They are.
Okay.
But you take all the good stuff out of it.
What? Okay. You're right, boo.
No, she didn't take it all out.
Boo.
Just most of it.
You're right.
Like the butter, the loaf. I'm kidding. No, but so she makes a lamb stew that's really good. She uses a pressure cooker. I don't know exactly what her method is, but I know she uses pressure cooker, and she braise it, right? Well, whatever it is, maybe you'll see that on one of our later episodes where we actually cook the meal. But she does a mean lamb stew. Her macaroni is fire. Like, she let all of the. That's when her roots come out. That's when her Georgia and Carolina roots come out, and she puts everything that you're not supposed to have on a regular basis into it, and it is fantastic. What else? She does make grits. We make grits and sausage and it's turkey sausage, of course, because I don't know the last time she let me have some pork sausage. So yeah, that's good. Let's see what else. She makes a lot of different things. She actually made a vegetable lasagna for me one time, and it was pretty good.
You like my vegetable lasagna?
I did.
Okay.
I did not like the last one. It was trash. Um, that's only because she switched it up. She got me used to one thing, and people that know me and my wife knows me. I'm a creature of habit. Once I find something I like to stick to it. She decided that she wanted to, instead of using the lasagna noodles, she wanted to use eggplant.
It was healthy.
Yeah, and it tasted like it. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. But the other ones that she's made, they've been pretty good, and just her regular lasagna is pretty good. She adds some different touches to it. So that's one of the dishes that I really enjoy when she cooks.
So what's your preference? Cabbage over collard greens? Which one?
Don't make me do that. I can't say.
I'm eating greens now.
I've always eaten greens. Why?
You're right, boo.
So I was thug out here eating fried food all day. So that was my life and margaritas.
Yes.
So I
And
was
fried rice.
wait. So let me put all this. Let me get all of it together. Let me run this down. So before my wife met me and cleaned me up and made me healthy, I was thugging out in these streets eating fried chicken and no, not collard greens because that's a green. So it was fried chicken, fried rice, drinking margaritas, and whoring. Does that pretty much sum it up?
I don't know if we can say that, but so if you want to make a reference to a garden tool,
Living loosely. How about that?
so you're saying at that point when you were single, you were not? You were
No,
you
I
were
was.
giving it that one, giving it that one, giving it that one now?
I would not.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna say that I was committed to any one person. I'm not gonna say that. But I went just I was just I went just slanging loudly. No, it
Really?
wasn't like that. No.
Really?
No.
Okay. So you were slanging it on Monday. You took a
Okay.
rest on Tuesday. You
And
went back.
Wednesday, Wednesday too.
Hold on. Just
Okay.
my question.
All right, go ahead.
So then you went back to slanging it on Wednesday, right?
No.
And then you were slanging it on the weekend. Like you had to pop off on the weekend. So you had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
So it would be more like okay. Because on my old job I used to get paid on Thursday. So so Thursday I might go to the Mexican restaurant up the street from the house.
Okay.
Have a nice margarita. The bartender at the time, we were cool. So we chop it up. I may have a conversation with someone and maybe we would meet up on Friday. That doesn't mean that Friday I was however you want to put it.
So I'm sorry. So you got paid on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you went ahead and got your hotel room. I'm sorry, your motel room.
Wow.
Oh, your
Wow.
My goodness.
That is not it's at
Okay.
all.
Babe, I am so happy for you that you had a chance to get all of that out of your system.
Next question.
So 5 of the meals that I like that my husband makes, I will definitely say anything on the grill. So he puts my salmon on the grill and he also has a smoker. So when he's outside in his element, those are fantastic to me. Excuse me. I'll start again.
Pretty good.
5 items that I love that my husband cooks. So anything on the grill. So he makes a salmon that he puts on the grill or he puts it in his smoker. It's amazing. He also does kebabs. So he'll make me shrimp kebabs and he'll add some vegetables to that. It's amazing as well. Baked. I got him into doing baked spaghetti. And it is the bomb. Like he puts his own spin on it. We also have taco night. Well, taco night. So I love the crunch of the tacos, and he'll add jalapenos to it. He'll add some curry, and I love spicy food. So that's amazing. And I think the fifth one on the list is more around the holidays. So around the holidays, I love traditionally to bake sweet potato pies. So we'll get in the kitchen together, and he will handle like the mixing of the brown sugar with the cinnamon and all the other spices, and I'll handle the sweet potatoes. So it's actually when he puts his hand or puts his foot into the sweet potatoes. And then the last thing, your mashed potatoes. I know this is true. Your mashed potatoes and your green beans. So he makes these amazing garlic wrap mashed potatoes, and they're made out of red potatoes. Oh my goodness. I could just eat those by themselves. And then on the green side, you make spinach, and then you make green beans. So it's a variety of different things that you make out of.
And they're made with love. So, true confession, I've almost unlocked at least 5 times since the business has started. I'm walking miracle, folks. You see this? Y'all almost did. So, I guess a lot of prayer, a lot of faith.
His grace and mercy.
His grace and mercy carries me every day. So I just want to say that. Shout out to God. Because a lot of the times it's very hard to do those things. It takes a lot of patience. You have to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. And you have to be willing to let go of certain things. Even though each one of you is capable outside of the other of making things happen and being successful, you have to realize that, okay, this is something that we entered in together. So we have to work at it together. Teamwork makes the dream work. So if she's better in one area, allow her to take care of that. If I'm better in another area, she allows me to handle that side of it. And when the other one kind of gets weak or weary, you have to be there to support and lift them up and carry that weight. Sometimes it's not going to be a situation where the work is divided evenly, but you have to be willing to do your part and let them do their part. And sometimes you have to continue to work and just give each other space. Because if not, you will be at each other's throat. Another thing is just knowing that, okay, when you go into a situation, you got to understand it's not always going to be perfect. It's not going to be rosy all the time. You went into it because you are trying to build something that's going to be beneficial to your marriage. And so sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit of quality time together in order to get certain things done. But at the same time, you have to also realize that your responsibility is first to the marriage. So in those times where you may lose time to the marriage, you have to figure out a way to make it up to your marriage. Or did I say that right? Did I say that? Sometimes when you lose time to the business, you have to figure out how to make that time up to your marriage.
Yeah.
So as long as you make an effort to find that balance, and it's not something that's easy to do, but if you feel like your marriage is worth it, then you'll do what's necessary to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, you want a successful business, but before you entered into the business, you entered into a marriage, and that's the covenant between yourself, your wife, and God. So you want to honor that first of all, and make sure that that's successful. Because ultimately, if you make sure that that's successful and you honor the covenant that you're in with God, He'll make sure that your business is successful as well.
How do you build a business without breaking the marriage? So building a business is hard work. Shout out to entrepreneurs, small business owners. We are definitely the backbone of the economy. So when you own a business, the business, as a business owner, you definitely need a whole tribe. You need a whole family to support you because it affects everybody in your family, your friends. It touches your finances. It touches your marriage. It touches your children. It touches your sleep patterns. It touches your energy. It touches the temperature at home or the temperature in the office. So you definitely need people to support you. When having people to support you, they're there to keep you grounded and keep you level-headed. So Vaughn does a very good job of keeping me grounded because I will stay up 24 hours to get stuff done. If there's goals and stuff that need to happen, there's only one of me. And I know that my team depends on this job as their livelihood. So it's not only my livelihood, but it's their livelihood as well. So since we're in this business, I'm just very mindful that what happens to the business also affects them. And that's like a responsibility, not so much as a weight, but it's a sense of responsibility. But with all that being said, you have to be supportive, not only in the business role, but also being supportive of your spouse and whatever Vaughn does or what he wants to do and his side businesses as well. There is no 50-50. It is a tap dance every day. It is a tap dance every day. So some days it may be 60-40, some days it may be 70-30 to where you have the marriage and then you have the business. But at the end of the day, to the point that he made, the covenant is between you, God, and him. It is not about the business. So businesses will come and go, but your spouse will not. So you have to just stay grounded. Another thing that Vaughn is very good at reminding me is that I need rest. So I call him the call monitor. So I'll be in the office working to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get stuff out, right? So all of a sudden you'll hear a bull coming down the hallway. Doom, 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 doom. That's him. That's the hall monitor. Baby?
Time to go to bed.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. And I'm saying to myself, just another hour. But the point that he's making is that although in my mind, I'm thinking just another hour, I can get this done. I'm not showing up as my best the next day because I'm exhausted. The question is how? Very carefully and with support, definitely with support of the people that you have around you. And also make sure that you do have that balance of date night, that balance of vacations, that balance of rest, that balance of working out to handle the stress, the balance of going out with other people, the balance of having God there and that faith. Yeah, just that mindfulness of that whole 360 of everything that's going on. Enjoyed this video? Watch the next Laugh, Cook, Pray, and Repeat episode. We encourage you to keep laughing, keep loving, and to always keep the faith.
And please remember, keep showing up and keep showing love.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, like she said.